I've been doing these videos for a couple of years now, and to this day I still find it challenging to shoot in public. But what I find extremely challenging is to shoot around people that know me and that I know and that are my friends and that don't really understand what it is that I'm doing or why it is that I'm doing it. So in that spirit, this weekend when my friends from Greece came to visit, I decided to take them on a road trip up to Norfolk and grab my camera and shoot some video as well. And turns out they were much more understanding than I thought they would be. They were quite cool about it, and they even modeled for me, for my pictures, for my video, and we had a very good time. Good morning from a beach up at Norfolk coast. We woke up really early this morning to come for a sunrise, and unfortunately the cloud coverage is overwhelming, so no sun, but we found this beautiful little beach with all these huts here at Wales next to the sea, and there's still some very nice photo opportunities, so I'm gonna whip out my tripod and camera and start taking some pictures. So this is Panos and Gio. They've come all the way from Greece and they're idiots. So right now the subject of my picture will be these huts all over the beach. They're quite cute, and because of the cloud coverage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some ND filters and try to smooth it all out and go for a kind of a fine art picture that I might even go black and white and put up on my wall. And after that I'm going to get these guys to sit somewhere on the huts and get some human element in there. Okay, so I've got a 10-stop ND filter as well as a polarizer, and I'm going to use this little device to hide the viewfinder so I don't get any light leaks. And that will give me about a 10-minute exposure, which should smooth all the clouds out. Here we go. Okay, I think it's time. Let's have a look. Okay, so I've got the guys standing in one of those huts, and I'm going to turn around and take a picture of them. But not a long exposure because I don't think they can stay still for long enough. Alright, we have officially frozen our butts off, so we're heading for breakfast. The photo shoot wasn't as successful as I would have hoped, but we have the entire day in front of us, and hopefully the weather will get warmer and the sights will be awesome. So let's go exploring. We then drove back to the cottage and got an extra 4 hours of sleep that we needed, and as soon as we got up we were starving, so I had found a lovely little breakfast place in a town called Holt, and we headed straight to that. And unfortunately we were just late enough to miss breakfast at 11:15, which was quite sad, but we found another place nearby that wasn't quite as nice, but you know, we needed sustenance, so we sucked it up and ate the food. It wasn't that bad. and then got back in the car and on the road towards another beach. However, on our way to that other beach, we found an awesome dirt road with beautiful, like, crooked trees growing all over it that really reminded me of the dark hedges of Northern Ireland that I had seen a couple of years ago. We've had our breakfast, they're all awake, and now we found this awesome road with all these trees, and we're going to take some pictures with these guys as models. Was a perfect place to take some pictures and some portraits of my friends for their social medias and Tinder. And then back in the car towards Hunstanton Beach and the cliffs that you find there. Nice half red, half white cliffs and beautiful moss covered boulders all over the beach, and really old shipwreck that most of it had been destroyed by the time we were there, but still a nice place to take some pictures. We have what seems to be the remains of an old shipwreck right here, but what I really like about this scene is all the green rocks that kind of lead into it. The weather is not that great again, but I'm gonna take a picture anyway. Our next destination was a nearby estate that looked like a huge palace from Google Maps, but unfortunately by the time we got there it was closing down as well. So we ended up just sitting at the cafe and enjoying some hot chocolate and cakes. After that we were so tired that we went back home for a quick nap, and what was supposed to be a quick nap turned into a little bit of a longer nap. So by the time we got out for dinner, all the pubs had stopped serving food, and it was really unfortunate. So here's a quick tip for you: if you're in the countryside, make sure you go out for dinner before 8 p.m. because even though pubs close at 11 p.m, they usually stop serving by 9:30. So I regret to say we did the only thing that we could do at that time, and that is to have McDonald's. Next morning I woke up very early and I had to look outside the window to check out the light, and it was all grey everywhere, so I decided to just continue sleeping. So by the time we got up, actually everything was covered in mist and it was quite pretty. So on our way to breakfast we found a gorgeous field of yellow rape seeds and a lone crooked tree in the middle with all the mist all around. Then we went to the place that we couldn't have breakfast the day before because we were too late, and this time we had the breakfast and it was okay. It was nice, a little bit overpriced, but definitely better than the one we had the day before. Then we were back on the road and headed towards another beach, and on our way there we stopped by a cute little windmill that had been converted to a house and took some pictures there as well. And then we arrived at a village called Walcott that had a very nice beach with what either was a pier or a wave breaker. I have to say I really enjoyed taking these pictures. Seascape photography isn't something I've done much of, but it's definitely something I want to do more of. You can get some compositions that are nice and simple but have a lot of feeling in them. Anyway, our next stop was a town called Bury St Edmunds, where we stopped for the obligatory tea and scones that I always have when I'm on these trips. My friends had never had it before, so it was a first for them, and it gave us enough energy to continue on to Cambridge. This is another city that I really like the architecture of and all the sights, and my friends had never seen, so we decided on our way back to London to have a quick stop, walk around, and have a Sunday roast, which is another English thing that they could experience. And we had a pint before making our way back home to London. Hopefully my friends enjoyed their time as much as I did mine, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did so, let me know in the comments and consider giving me a like. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing that as well. As you can see, I'm at a new desk. I've moved house recently, and this will be my new office space. And I have a few videos in my pipeline that I'm trying to get finished. So yeah, consider subscribing to see those, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.